Hey, and welcome. We are not live because we just had a glitch and we are here at least, and this will be posted. So it's not going to matter very much because there's not a lot happening. So let's jump in. I'm not going to look at alts today because they're absolutely boring. Yes, they are. So let's jump straight into it. I'm going to look at BTC. We're pulling back at the moment. We are just on the snake chart. So we are in this C wave here. So the C wave should hang around 90,500-ish. And once that's sort of there, hopefully we bounce and we go bounce. Anyway, so hopefully we get a bounce there. And then we come up for the D wave. D wave should go to about 97K and then come back for the E wave, which is 88888, which should be around Chinese New Year, which is about the 20th, I think it starts. Failing that, if the Silk Road Bitcoin is absolutely ugly and, takes the market out, this is my alternative chart. So the alternative chart is basically a channel forming into a wedge. So we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be our A wave. Now, when we pull that back, Elliott wave, ABC. So it could be A, B, coming back down for the C. Bitcoin does kind of like the 786, but being as this wave is more than likely a fourth wave, it will probably hold around this region here. So I would say we're getting more of an A, a B, and a C coming in for a flat correction. So that's kind of what we're looking at. But this pattern is kind of unknown until we get sort of some support levels like sitting in or breaking down. So essentially that's what we're looking at for Bitcoin. So when we're looking at the total market cap of Bitcoin, we're kind of going, okay, this sale should be priced in to these patterns, one of these two patterns, hopefully the snake pattern, which shows us those higher levels and, a maximum retrace of that sort of 88,888, like Chinese New Year. They like eights. Anyway, it's a lucky number. And there's lots of eights there. So that could be really lucky for Bitcoin for it to be our bottom and then continue up. And then we've got that alternate chart, which comes down a little bit lower. It comes down to about the 80K range. So it's still an 8. So we want to hold within that 80 region. Now, dips are for buying in this area. We're seeing lots of doom and gloom on Twitter, and we're seeing lots of, those almost zero for Bitcoin. The market's going to implode. It's all going to hell, all of that sort of stuff. So I don't think that's the case. Let's have another look at what it is. This is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could be that, I've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but predominantly that should be an A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D. Oh, bring my E down. Hang on. Doesn't want to. There we go. Brings that down. So that's predominantly what could happen. Worst case scenario for this. Well, obviously it could go down lower. That could be the worst case scenario. But pattern wise, that's kind of what we're looking at. This is the snake pattern. The Bitcoin dominance is on the increase at the moment. So that's going to cause alts to sort of pull back a little bit. It's going to cause, a little bit of blood. But I did tell you guys last week that within that, it's going to be one more wave down for alts, and then we should see a bounce. So predominantly, that's what we're looking at for Bitcoin. That's what we're looking at for the market. If we jump into ETH, we might get an inverse head and shoulders. So if we finish this down at around 2,800 or even a little bit higher, we've got this inverse head and shoulders forming, which if we measure the inverse head and shoulders from the head to the top of the head to the neck, essentially, and we take that up higher, we are definitely looking at heading up to about 6K. So that is our potential short term. Once we hold these levels on Ethereum, I still believe we're in the bull run. We've still got another year of this to go, at least until September, October. We do have a blood moon coming up in March. So you might have heard me talk about blood moons on X before. These sort of coincide with the market declining. The moon controls the tides. The tides are fluid. People are made of fluid. So essentially that is a theory that happens. The markets are controlled by emotions. And, you know, usually hospitals and that sort of thing on full moons have the most people in hospitals, and it affects a lot of people. So that might be something that happens in March, and then there's another one in September, October. I don't remember exact dates, but that's kind of what we're working to with the market. I think this is still, you know, we're just consolidating in this region, and that's really healthy. It's really healthy for Bitcoin to consolidate. But again, that's our patterns, and yeah, it's a really quiet week. Sorry, guys, I'm not looking at alts, but if you are getting started in crypto and you want to have some charts looked at, please let me know and I'll add them in the chat. So again, I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye. Now I've got to work out how to end this.